went to Annecy, France a little while ago, and I tried to pack as light as possible for this trip, and therefore I couldn't bring too many of my art supplies. I did manage to bring a gouache set, but besides that, I didn't even have a piece of paper to paint on. I went to this market, which was not in Annecy, but had a bunch of random stuff, and I always like to look through those places. I really wasn't anticipating to find anything art related, but out of nowhere, I saw this. And I was like, what is that? Looks like a stack of sheets of handmade paper. It really seemed like the most random thing I could have found there. And as I got closer, I realized that it's a whole notebook of handmade cotton paper. So I grabbed it like someone was about to take it from me, and I asked the lady if she thought it would be good to paint on, and she said, pourquoi pas? So I bought it. I was really glad to be doing something because I knew that if I thought too much about it, I would eventually think that nothing could possibly be good enough for the first page of this notebook, and therefore I would probably never use it. So I forced myself just to start putting something down, and I wanted to paint something that felt like Annecy. And to me, when I think of Annecy, I think of this crystal blue, clear water and the swans that swim in it. While I was there, someone actually told me that the water was so clean that a while back they actually had to stop cleaning it so much because the wildlife started to suffer. And if that's true, it's pretty interesting. We all know that over time we start forgetting details about our past experiences and our memories begin to get a bit blurry. I really noticed this after going back to Annecy, France after 8 years. Yes, I recognized the place and it was just as beautiful as I remembered it to be, but there were lots of things that I forgot. I remember who I was with and that I had a great time and that the place was just ridiculously magical looking. But besides that, there's nothing about what was said or the exact places that we walked. So it made me think about how important it is to document your experiences, whether it's through journaling, taking photos, or making little paintings like I'm gonna do in this case. I mixed up 2 shadow colors, one a very warm off-white and one more of a cooler gray, because having different temperatures in a subject really help make it feel more vivid and adds more depth. And even though it might be difficult to see in real life, exaggerating these differences in tones and temperatures in a painting really help make it feel like it does in real life. Since the swan is mostly white, I felt that it didn't come alive until I started painting the beak, and then it really felt like a swan. By the way, the color of this beak is basically my favorite color. Really vibrant, orange, almost red color. I loved how it was looking, but I felt like it was missing something, so I decided to add some leaves because I did take a photo of one of the swans in Annecy in a moment where some leaves were falling off the trees and one actually landed on it, and I thought that was so dreamy, so I had to add that. It's always a bit tricky though to know exactly where to place the leaves because you don't want it too uniform, you want it to feel random, but that it still works with the composition. So this is what it looked like, and I signed it with the date and where the swan was from, and just like that I had my very first painting entry. I want this notebook to be like a little painting journal from different memories and experiences that I had, so maybe I'll be using it again soon. Thank you all for joining me. I hope you guys enjoyed watching, and until next time.